What are the top 3 ways to gain combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you the top 3 ways to gain combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock. And without that, let's get into it. First good method is actually going to be doing dungeons. Now, why is dungeons actually a good method? Well, doing dungeons is actually a good method for combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock because the dungeon bosses, like dungeons, like mobs, like there's literally around 100 mobs in like a dungeon, hundreds of mobs in a dungeon. And basically each time you kill one of them, they give you like literally 100 combat XP, each of them probably around that. And basically, if there's hundreds of them, 100 times like 100 each of them give you 100 combat XP, and there's like 100 mobs in a dungeon. That would mean that there's like, you're gonna be getting so much combat XP, like a lot of combat XP, just from one little dungeon. That could be in floor 1, that could be in floor 3, floor 2, and that could be in like floor 4, floor 5, any floor in the dungeon, it would give you combat XP. Now you're probably wondering, what are the best floors to actually gain the combat XP on? Now, when I tell you this, I'm not going to be talking about master mode floors, it's just going to be talking about normal dungeon floors, so keep that in mind. But the 2 best normal dungeon floors that I would actually get combat XP from is going to be floor 6 and floor 7. Now why? Why floor 6 and floor 7? Number 1, because floor 6, first of all, those iron golems, they give you like 3,000 combat XP, okay? Actually, I take that back, like 1,000 combat XP. And then the terracotta army, they give you like 100 combat XP each. And then on top of that, the giants give you like 3,000 combat XP, bro. And then Sadan himself gives you like 1,000, 2,000. It's in the thousands, okay? That's what I know, and I can conclude that floor 6 gives you tons of combat XP. With floor 7, it's the same concept. In the blood room of floor 7, Sadan's giants spawn in, and those giants, like I said before, are going to be giving you around, in the number, thousands of combat XP. And then in the floor 7 boss room, those wither skeletons, you can kill them for like 100 or 75 combat XP each time, and that's going to be giving you a lot of combat XP too. Now, the second way to actually get combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock is going to be doing slayers. Doing slayers gives you so much combat XP, from the mini bosses to the actual bosses. Now let's take an example here. Let's talk about Void Gloom Slayer, okay? Void Gloom tier 4s. Void Gloom tier 4 gives you 500, this is 500 combat XP, not Slayer XP, combat XP when you defeat it. And basically, the mini bosses give you like at least like the 50 million health mini bosses for a tier 4 Void Gloom give you around 1,000 combat XP. And if I'm not mistaken, I think like the 17 million HP mini bosses from a tier 4 Void Gloom give you also around like 200, 300 XP, combat XP, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about this, guys, by the way, but I think that's what it gives you. And then, as I said before, the boss itself gives you 500 combat XP. With that said, you guys can see that gives you like actually a lot of combat XP from just Void Glooms. That gives you like around more than 1,000 combat XP. Now, actually, another way to gain even more combat XP is actually going to be doing a tier 5 Revenant. Because you see, a tier 4, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a tier 4 with any Slayer gives you 500 combat XP. But since there's a tier 5 for Revenant Horrors, the Revenant Horror tier 5 would give you around 1,500 combat XP, or 1,000 combat XP if I'm not mistaken. And as you guys can see, that would be giving you double of what you would get from a regular tier 4 Revenant or another Slayer boss. That said, I think the best Slayer to actually farm for combat XP would actually going to be Revenant Slayer. It's the easiest, and it's like the most that gives you combat XP. Another thing I would actually like to add to this section of the video is going to be ghost grinding. Ghost grinding, it has nothing to do with slayers, but ghost grinding is another really good way to get combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock, and it's a great way to make money. It makes around 10 mil an hour if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it makes 10 mil an hour. And also, the only bad thing about this is that it requires like at least a 20 mil setup, because you're gonna need the soul whip to do this. But if you actually have like the full setup, you are gonna be getting so much combat XP from grinding ghosts, oh my god. Without that said, let's move on to the third best way to get combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock. You guys are probably wondering, what is the third best way to get combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock? Well, the third best way to get combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock is actually going to be Bestiary. Now, probably many people actually agree with me, and some may disagree. And if you guys disagree, then let me explain to you why. Basically, why Bestiary is actually really good is because, first of all, it gives you health, and all you really have to do is just defeat mobs in Hypixel Skyblock. Just go around the game, warp into like the end or something, just keep going and just killing mobs, and you'll unlock your Bestiary. Literally every mob in the game has like a collection you can unlock for Bestiary, and then eventually you'll get Bestiary 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom, you'll hit the milestone 5, and that will give you 5,000 combat experience. And you repeat this, boom, 10,000, then you get 20,000. And as you guys can see where this is going. It's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, etc. Then you would technically keep grinding. Now this is a very high Bestiary level, but basically you would keep grinding until you like get till here, and then each time you actually unlock your Bestiary, you will be betting this much like literal combat XP. Look at this, guys. Literally, okay, 400,000 combat experience. But then after that, you start getting Skyblock XP on top of that. Like, that is actually amazing. 750k, and then it gets to the 1 mils. And now you guys can see here, I am currently Bestiary level, whatever this is. But basically, I am almost there to another 1 million combat XP. And you guys can probably see now why Bestiary is actually so cracked. It literally gives you like 1 million combat XP once you get to that certain point. And that would literally increase your combat level like so much. If you guys can see here, I need 2.7 million to go. And if I unlock my Bestiary like a lot, then I can unlock that super fast. I just want to make it clear again that literally all you have to do to unlock your Bestiary more is literally just kill mobs around the game. Literally, like, just kill a graveyard zombie, boom. If you kill it for enough time, you would get a collection and get a Bestiary level up. And if you kill like a zealot, boom, another. And if you kill like a regular enderman, boom. Any single mob in the game probably could level up your Bestiary. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This video was just basically telling you the top 3 ways you can get combat XP in Hypixel Skyblock, and I hope this guide actually helped you. And if it did help you, and you're still watching the video at this certain point, if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, like button, and the bell, it would really help me out a lot, and it would mean so much to me. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys!